is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Hello, shout out to all my Oklahoma Football League members. This is a week 4 progress report update / league recap for the first 4 weeks of the season. I thought that's probably a nice little cutoff point every 4 weeks to do a little show, little ditty for you. And we're going to take a look at some standings, some recent developments, and all kinds of good stuff. So welcome to the show. This is public for all to watch. I think it's neat to see how other people's leagues work. We've been doing this league for 26 years. And I think this might be one of the most, if not the most competitive year we're going to have. Everybody looking good. Nobody's out of it. Obviously, first 4 weeks, I don't think we have any 0-4 teams, but we will check that out as well. So let's get into this thing. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and I want to see at least 11 comments from every member of the OFL league. Let's go.
Know your role and shut your mouth because the people's champ is ready to talk.
All right, how could we not start with the most pivotal game of Week 4, SmackDown Inc. and Red and Black Attack, a.k.a. my main man, Paul Custis. And as you can see, the people's elbow got dropped. Close game, actually closer than it should have been. That freaking Dallas game got completely out of hand. I think we were fairly close. I was down, I guess if you added it up, you got 6 and 8 is 14. So I was down 11, I guess, in the Dallas game after the last of the points there. And then, of course, the defense and shit got out of hand, and we didn't see need a lot from Pollard. So I was really struggling. I'm glad that I tripped and at least stumbled my way into a couple of points to get over the hump, because that would have been a really, really disappointing loss. I mean, if it would happen to me the other way around, I could accept it. I ran out of players. Tua had a bad week. Bad matchup on the road, all that kind of good stuff. I still scored 138 points. I would still feel pretty good if I was Paul, even at 1-3. But losing like that and being 1-3, I would have been pissed getting 45 from A.J. Brown and 37 out of Jalen Hurts. Because the rest of my guys, I made a big mistake again. I had him in, too. Had him in. Ayuk, like right at lock. And I think I must have thought about it too long, because it locks literally 5 minutes before the game starts. So you can't go in 5 minutes before the game starts and change anything. So anyway, Ayuk was in the afternoon, so I just didn't know what the decision was going to be. I wasn't 100% sure Debo was going to play or not. I thought if Debo plays, this, that, and the other, and Zay Flowers was the only one. I digress, but we got it done. Anyway, so some good scores. Shout out to my boy Jake the Snake, Emily's boyfriend / pseudo son-in-law. Jake is 173, 3-1 on the league. Learned a lot. He didn't really have a good idea of what he wanted to do late in the draft, but he really came out with some good picks. That going early on Stephon Diggs is paying off big for him. He picked up Devin Achane, so that guy looking kind of legit. So that might be a sleeper. But the Nico Collins grab, excellent pick by Jake. He's really, really helping things along. You can see a massive 42-point effort out of him. And you got to bring it when your opponent scores 157. That's probably the second highest points in the league for Steve Free. And it indeed is. So that sucks, losing with that many points and then going to 1-3. Sorry, brother, Steven. So anyway, I guess from the top to the bottom to the top, we got the two best teams, or I guess maybe the two best teams in the league, 4-0 and 3-1, get 90 and 91 apiece. So, paper champions. I'm kidding. Jay Baller once again. Okay. I had to stop there for a second to regroup my thoughts. The trade that didn't happen, handshake, drunkenness, changed mindedness, whatever. I think Jay Baller. I think Duncan was going to trade Justin Jefferson and several players to Jay Baller for something or other. Anyway, but I digress. That was kind of funny the way things turned out. Duncan posted that Jesse, you would have won had you made the trade. I guess I don't know. Mostert let him down. Zach Moss is going to lose. So Duncan, if we want to start critiquing lineups going forward, Duncan is going to lose some steam with Mostert with Achan taking over, and then the return of Jonathan Taylor is probably going to dig into Zach Moss. Obviously, Donald Parham's digging into Gerald Everett's love, and then we're still working on Anthony Richardson learning how to pass for Pittman. So enjoy that 4-0 start, brother, because I don't think that's going to hold. Now, Derrick Henry and David Montgomery, I'm not sure why Derrick Henry was on the bench, but you do got two guys that, I guess you got away with starting a bad lineup, is what I would call it, having Mostert over Derrick Henry. I don't know where you got that from. But anyway, you did get away with it. And every time you do that, it's just another breathable moment and to get you over the hump. So good job, Sean. Any other pivotal victories going on around here? Royal Rams, Russ continuing to roll, sending Claiborne to 1-3, and Anthony Richardson coming back and coming through for you. I told you, Russ. I said Anthony Richardson was going to be your guy. So it's a good thing that Aaron Rodgers had got hurt, because you might be still playing Aaron Rodgers, and who knows where you'd be. So anyway, that's a good outing, 141. So best of luck going forward. Bill Billies gets a win, goes to 2-2. Michael Moore, shake and bake, goes to 2-2. But Michael Moore's team does get, I believe, Jonathan Taylor off the pup list sometime soon. I don't know where he's going to go from there, but much needed extra player, definitely potential for a running back one. Because DeAndre Swift may not always be there for you. Josh Allen is going to pick up a ton of slack, 54 points out of that outing. Jamar Chase, I'd be a little bit leery of until Joe Burrow gets that calf right. He just doesn't seem to be able to press off of that calf. So you're going to have to just depend on volume alone for Chase, which sucks. And then Myers would have been probably a hell of a lot better if Garoppolo had been able to go. They tried to start that rookie Aiden O'Connor or O'Donnell or whatever the hell his name was, and he was just not ready for prime time. He got slaughtered. I'd be a hair bit concerned on Goddard. He doesn't have the squeaky wheel just yet. With A.J. Brown and the running game coming through now, you got DeAndre Swift, which you do have DeAndre Swift, so I guess having an extra player on Philadelphia's team can bode well for you moving forward. So let's jump over to standings. And of course, you see, shout out Jake Snakes again, 3-1, leading the league. I like to look at points 552, 559, Jay Baller, and 500 for Dogs, 503 for Paul. So some pretty good scoring out there. I'm 480. I'd say anything up close to 500 by now and above is probably pretty solid work for your team. So hanging in there with a three-way tie for 2-2s. I do have a significant edge on the points, and that's what I do like about scoring points like this is that's basically like a game. Or a half a game, I guess you could call it. So always good news. And then you got a 3. So same situation, 3-1s in the blue division. And then Dogs is the only undefeated team left. And he left everybody else in his dust, 1-3 behind him. So that is really, really big. He doesn't have the points lead, but he does have a 3-game lead on the division in 4 weeks. That's pretty good. So this is just real quick on my team. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about Higbee. I think he's going to be okay, but AJ Brown finally getting in there some. We'll go back over here to finish it off. Finally looking like the number one receiver that I drafted in the first round. Back-to-back weeks with big volume, and then he got the 2 touchdowns this time around. The dude's just a beast, and he may not outscore Devontae Smith every week in and week out, but they are 1 and 2. I'll give AJ Brown a significant edge in talent over Devontae Smith, but Devontae Smith is still a very, very talented receiver. So the trade, I thought the trade that went down was baller. He's offering Jahan Dotson, Javonte Williams, and Gabe Davis, who, brother, I don't think anybody's going to want. But actually, I'll close out the show with just one quick minor award through 4 weeks of the season goes to Paul, Red and Black, doing probably the best job at free agent gathering. I mean, the Puka Nakua, I believe the other guy from the Rams, Williams, and I think you got one more guy that you just recently picked up. And the other one, I guess, honorable mention would be Jake's. That pickup of Acham, pretty solid work as well. And that's probably why I haven't been doing so well. I don't do well on the old free agent market. I just can't seem to pull the trigger on the right guys. So anyway, until the next time, I appreciate you all watching. 11 comments, 11 likes, and 11 more subscribers. Each one of you guys get somebody to subscribe, and let's get it done. See you soon. A lot of good teams out there. I just got one question to ask you. Who do you think's going to win the league?
It doesn't matter what you think. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.